everyone, Lamont Smith here. Well, listen, one of the things we're going to be also doing on my channel starting tonight is I'm going to be doing a WWE pay-per-view prediction videos. Yes. And what a way to start it off with Sunday night's WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all, sports entertainment's biggest night, as we have a huge card coming up. I believe it's emanating somewhere in New Orleans. I believe that's where it's coming from tonight. And so here's my WrestleMania prediction video. Now, I did promise my good friend Denny Nightmare from Horror Addicts and Doc the Metal Freak, another good YouTuber. They do wrestling predictions, but they also include some weird challenges in their predictions. And I told them that I would do this video. I start doing it, but I will not participate in any of their challenges because they do a lot of spicy stuff, and spicy food does not agree with me at all. I don't like spicy stuff. I can't eat it. It's terrible. I want to deal with it. But anyway, guys, here it is. My first WrestleMania, my first wrestling prediction for WrestleMania. Now, since this is WrestleMania, they have a huge card out, I believe they're going to most likely start with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. According to that, they have a lot of entrance people in here. Instead of just naming them all off, because there are a lot of probably like third tier, second tier wrestlers that we have in here. And I really don't know who's actually going to win on it. I could be looking at who they have on here. It could be... let's see, not Baron Coulson. Well, looking at here, could be Matt Hardy. He's one of the leading candidates with his woken Matt Hardy persona that's now raging in here. Baron Corbin. He's a leading character on this run right here. Another one is Ty Dillinger. He's another leading on here, or even Dolph Ziggler. But for some reason, they really haven't booked him like I think they should book him. Because if they actually book him, he would be an incredible in-ring he's an incredible in-ring performer. And I wish they booked him very well, but for some reason they don't. I don't know why. But there's a lot of people on here that's possible. Those are my three main right there. So we have Baron Corbin, Ty Dillinger, and Matt Hardy. I don't know who I would pick out this one right here. But I'm going to go with Baron Corbin here. I think it's time for him to finally shine. Vince does love his big guys right here, so I predict that he will win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Next, we have the Women's Battle Royal. For the first time, we have a Women's Battle Royal. Now, this was called, I think it was Medusa's, the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal, but there was some controversy in it, and so they decided to drop that, and now it's just simply known as the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Now, I'm quite a bit surprised that Sasha Banks and Bayley are not having their own match at WrestleMania. I'm highly disappointed, because I think they would probably steal the show based upon the current storyline that they're having. So they decided to dump them in this Battle Royal, which I find disappointing, because I thought that they would get at least a program that on their own, because I'm pretty sure that they would put on a pretty good match, seeing their type of wrestling that they've done, especially with Sasha Banks. She's really been an excellent in-ring performer, despite her very small size. But here we have mostly everyone from SmackDown and Raw, all the women's on here. Let's see. I think Sasha Banks, she's one of my leading go-getters. I think after this match, she might turn totally heel on this one. I think she's going to make a great heel in the Raw. For the women's in the Raw, I think she'll make a totally great heel. So she's, I believe she's a go-getter. I believe Bayley could be another one. Looking this one right here. I really don't see anyone else on here other than those two. Maybe somebody from the Riot Squad, or maybe somebody from Absolution might come up and win this one. But my thing is that eventually it's going to come down between Sasha Banks and Bayley. And one of those two eventually will win it. So I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to say that Sasha Banks wins the Women's Battle Royal, and she will go totally full-on heel after that. Up next, we have the Cruiser Championship match between Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. Now, because of things that happened in the past, and fortunately, the former Cruiserweight title unfortunately was dismissed from WWE, so that put the title up for grabs. They had an excellent tournament, and now we left with these two, with Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say Mustafa Ali will be the new Cruiserweight champion. So he will win the Cruiserweight championship. I believe that they will put on a nice show, too, and it's time for the... I wish the Cruiserweights would get more playing time, but they do on WWE Network, but I would like that they be more focused on either Raw or SmackDown more often than not. But Mustafa Ali, I'll give him the winning the Cruiserweight Championship. And now for the main card. We're going to start off with the probably which will be the main event of the night. Brock Lesnar, the reigning Universal Champion, versus Roman Reigns. Now, they've actually done a pretty good job in promoting this matchup with Roman Reigns cutting some nice, decent promos. It's a shame that he doesn't get... He's a very controversial figure. I believe it all started maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I'll say about 3 years ago, when he eliminated Daniel Bryan, who was at the time, and probably still is, one of the most over wrestlers in the WWE. When he eliminated him at the Royal Rumble, and he hasn't rubbed that off yet. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people just don't like him. They don't like his style. I think he's a capable performer. He's got the short end of the stick at times between the wrestling fans. But I think he is a capable performer. He has put on some great matches. And I believe he and Brock Lesnar are going to have a very brutal match here. And despite the fact that and Brock Lesnar has been fantastic as a wrestler, even though he's a part-time. And he's kept the belt for over a year. But I think, and I know this has been a time where most people think that a wrestler will drop the belt. How they book wrestlers such as Brock Lesnar's had this year. And most people think that it's time for him to drop the belt because he's been had it for over a year. And I'm leaning more, and I would think, because I've seen it before, where I thought that, I think it was another WrestleMania, when I thought for sure that Triple H was going to beat John Cena, but then John Cena beat him. And the same thing one time when John Cena faced The Miz, when The Miz was champion, and The Miz won. But I think on this time right now, I think they're simply going to let Roman Reigns win the match. So I'm going to give the match to Roman Reigns, and he will win and finally end Brock Lesnar's long year reign as the Universal Champion. So the title will go to Roman Reigns in that match. The next match, I think, will definitely steal the show, and that's AJ Styles, the current WWE Champion. I always call him the WWE World Heavyweight Champion because that sounds more prestige than does say WWE Champion. But AJ Styles, the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, will take on Shinsuke Nakamura. I think I pronounced that right. I believe this match will definitely just blow the roof off of this one because these two have put on great matches when both were in New Japan several years ago before AJ Styles came here and they brought Shinsuke over here. I think it's going to be an incredible matchup. You're going to have lots and lots of close falls. But I think downright it's time that they rewarded Shinsuke with the title, and I think he will defeat AJ Styles. A loss is not going to hurt AJ Styles in this one right now because they're going to put on incredible matches, and I think that he will definitely win. So I'm going to give the match to Nakamura, and he will get his first title reign with this match. Next, we have for the Intercontinental title, we have a triple threat match with The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. Now, this has been a pretty interesting match between the three of these. Seth Rollins, I like his storyline saying he wants to become the top dog again. Finn Balor, I don't know how they've been booking him. I thought for sure they were going to try to put the Universal title back on him because he had won it, but then he had that devastating injury. I really don't like how they booked him. I do like the Balor Club that they brought in because they were the Balor Club when they were both when he and I can't remember their names. Someone remember to put their names in the description for me when they were on New Japan and they were known as the Balor Club. So I like that aspect of them of that one. This is kind of a you can book this match any way possible. The Miz can win because I think he's an incredible heel. I mean, you just simply hate him, and that's good because that's what you want your heel to do. You want your heel to be hated, and he does it. And no one does it better than the Miz. He does an incredible job as his character, the Miz, and I love how he performs. And he's a pretty good performer too in the ring. And so I wouldn't surprise to see him keeping the belt. It wouldn't surprise me if Seth Rollins wins the belt. It wouldn't surprise me if Finn Balor wins the belt. But I got to pick a winner here. So I'm going to err on the side of caution. Now I'm going to say they're going to give the belt to Seth Rollins. I think he will win the match and become the next Intercontinental title. So Seth Rollins will win that match. Next one is a fatal four-way for the U.S. title, where we have Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev, who just got added on to this match. Now, I actually love the way they have booking Rusev with this Rusev Day that they've been going on. It's actually made him a fan favorite for a while. Randy Orton, what can you say about him? He's a pretty good in-ring wrestler. He just won the title, but I wouldn't surprise me seeing him drop it because he really doesn't need it to myself. Bobby Roode, he just lost it, and I really don't know what they're going to do with Jinder Mahal now since he took the title away from him. They'll have him keep it for a while, and he's okay performer, not great, but he did okay as when he had the WWE World Heavyweight title. He did okay as a champion. He's a good as a heel. He's definitely improved as much as he can. But I don't know if I actually see him with the belt, see him winning the U.S. title. It wouldn't surprise me, but I just can't see them how they would book that one. Now that would leave Rusev. Now it wouldn't surprise. It would be kind of crazy to see Rusev winning this title because he's becoming a fan favorite with the Rusev Day, and him winning the title would definitely interject him as a fan favorite. The Rusev Day chance that he's getting. And like I said, Bobby Roode, he just lost the title, and Randy Orton really doesn't need this title. So I'm going to go on a limb, way on a limb, and I'm going to say that Rusev will win and become the next United States champion. Next, we have Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's title. Now, this is an interesting matchup because I love Nia Jax. She's done everything what WWE has asked for her to do. I know she, if I remember correctly, she actually put on some weight. She's really a dominant wrestler, but she doesn't get rewarded for it for some reason or another. She never gets a chance to have to win this match. And here it is, WrestleMania. I think it's time for Nia Jax to shine. Get that right, Bonnie. And Alexa Bliss, she's been a capable champion. I loved her performance in the Elimination Chamber match. I thought she did a pretty good job in that one. But it's time for Nia Jax to finally get rewarded for all the work, for all the effort and work that she's done. So I'm going to say Nia Jax will win it, and she will become the next Raw Women's Champion. Next one, I believe this is going to be an awesome ladies match as we have the Queen herself, Charlotte Flair, will take on the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Now, they've really been playing Asuka's unbeaten streak a lot on both WWE Raw and SmackDown. And this is going to be a very interesting match because these two ladies are going to put on the show. But Charlotte Flair always puts on the show, and Asuka, she's an incredible in-ring performer. But then you have Carmella. Carmella still has that Money in the Bank briefcase. And I believe it's going to come into play here. Now, I don't know if the WWE is going to still keep Asuka's unbeaten streak alive here at WrestleMania. I don't know if they're going to have Carmella come in and use the briefcase, and this becomes a triple threat match, and then that way Asuka doesn't have to be pinned, and she keeps her unbeaten streak because she doesn't get pinned. It's an incredible way they can go with anyway with this. I have a feeling that Asuka will win the match, but somehow Carmella will come in, cash in her briefcase, and might actually pin Asuka, depending upon how bad or how beat up or how long this match will be between her and Charlotte, that she will not be able to defend herself, and not only will Carmella will become the SmackDown Women's Champion, but she will have finally ended Asuka's unbeaten streak. So don't be surprised if Carmella's Money in the Bank briefcase comes into play like this. So I do say Asuka wins the matchup, an incredible match between her and Charlotte Flair, but Asuka wins. But watch out, Carmella will come in. I think she will come into play because she still does have that Money in the Bank briefcase. Next is for the Raw's Tag Team Championship, where we have the Bar with Sheamus and Cesaro versus Braun Strowman and a partner to be named later. Now, if I remember last week on on Monday on Raw, he's supposed to have a twin brother, which was nothing but Braun Strowman in a T-shirt. But I don't know if they're going to actually have him have a partner or not have a partner. For all we know, hey, look, the Big Show might show up and be Braun's partner, and then you have two big dominant men against the Bar. I really don't know how they're going to book this matchup because you can't have just one person win the tag team titles. He has to have a partner. We always have to wait to see what Braun Strowman is going to do. He's going to do what he does best. He's going to be physical and dominant, and he's going to put on a great show. But I don't know how WWE is going to book this matchup. For some reason, something's going to happen, and I still believe that Sheamus and Cesaro will keep the belts. They're going to find a way to keep the belts, but I really don't know how they're going to book this match because, like I said, Strong Roman cannot win the titles on his own. Something has to happen. I don't know if it's Big Show going to come in here or they can have somebody else come in there, but somehow I do believe that Cesaro and Sheamus will keep the belts and they will remain Raw Tag Team Champions. Now, for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, we have a triple threat tag team where we have the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, who are the current champions, versus the New Day, versus the Bludgeon Brothers, which is Harper and Roman. Now, this should be an interesting matchup because they've definitely booked the Bludgeon Brothers as smashers. I mean, they've been smashing their way through some jobbers, through some other tag teams in the SmackDown roster. Now, fortunately, the tag team division in SmackDown is not that good. Other than the Usos and the New Day, we really don't have any other good tag team type teams in the SmackDown division. Other than now, they created the Bludgeon Brothers because I guess he didn't know what to do with Harper and Roman, so they made a tag team. This is going to be an incredible matchup. But push comes to shove, I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to just beat everybody up, and they're going to take the Tag Team Championship from the Usos. Now, for the first time ever, Ronda Rousey, or they're billing her as Rowdy Ronda Rousey, because she loves Roddy Piper. She will make her WWE debut with Kurt Angle as they take on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon in a mixed tag match. Now, they've actually done a pretty good job at booking this matchup. If you saw on Raw this week, Stephanie McMahon slammed Ronda Rousey into a table, and she was dominating her. They've done a pretty good job of booking this matchup. We don't know what to expect from Ronda at this match. I'm pretty sure she will put on a semi-good show because she's just starting out. I don't know how I'm pretty sure she's worked in the Performance Center, and I'm pretty sure they schooled her very well what she has to do and becoming a wrestler. I think she'll be okay. Obviously, Kurt Angle and Triple H, they'll do what they have to do. And Stephanie will do what she do because when she has to, she puts on a pretty good performance when she's in the ring. Obviously, there's no doubt about it that Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey will win this matchup. I just can't see them booking this where Ronda Rousey loses at WrestleMania because, you know, what they say, you have your WrestleMania moment. And what a better way for Ronda Rousey to actually make her debut in a match such as this. So expect Kurt Angle, and Ronda Rousey to win this tag team match. And finally, we finally have the return, shockingly, of Daniel Bryan. Yes, 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 yes. He's back. Daniel Bryan, 3 weeks ago, we hit the incredible news on SmackDown that he's been cleared by 3 doctors, obviously neurologists, that he can now wrestle again. So now we have him and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in this matchup. Now, this is going to be kind of a crazy card here. I really don't know what to expect out of this matchup because they've been going crazy with the storyline between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon because Daniel Bryan is supposed to be the SmackDown general manager with Shane McMahon being the commissioner and Shane McMahon not doing anything he can to prevent Owens and Sami from winning the WWE World Championship, a couple months ago, and it could go either way. We might see a heel turn from Shane McMahon. We might see a heel turn from Daniel Bryan. I really can't see how this match is going to go. I'm just going to go on a limb and say that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to win this matchup because I just can't see Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon cooperating throughout this matchup. Something's going to happen, whether Shane turns heel or Daniel turns heel, and then they're going to cause that team to lose. So I'm going to go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the victory of this matchup. So there you have it, guys. That's my predictions for WrestleMania 34. I'm pretty sure you noticed, hey, Monty G, you didn't say anything about John Cena. Well, John Cena has been trying to get The Undertaker to accept the match for him, but he's never answered. I'm pretty sure John Cena will come to the ring and probably say something. And don't be surprised if we actually see a presence of the dead man. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. But that's my video for today. That's all my predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And now we'll have another prediction video coming up on the next WWE pay-per-view. Well, that's my video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share because it does help the channel a lot. And if this is your first time here, you know what you have to do. You have to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way, you can come and join the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules.